Greeting everyone. Welcome to the episode 1 of Hacking ERPNext. Okay, so today the topic is we're gonna edit the open source program in the ERPNext environment. If you live in Singapore, I have a great website to introduce, og.com.sg, the e-commerce website for your shopping products. You can find various products including beauty, men and women, apparel, toys, and health. Free delivery if you live in mainland Singapore. You can do shopping at OG Albert, OG Orchard Point, and OG People's Bar. Please do not forget to like OG Singapore Facebook page. Think of shopping, think OG Singapore. In order to learn how to edit the open source program in Frappe environment, we need to have some concepts for you to understand first. So in this tutorial, we're gonna cover GPL v3 license, the GitHub, that is the tool that can make you edit the program, and then cover the GPL v3 license, the ERPNext software diagram, okay, and then the step that we're gonna use it to edit the software. And for the test case today, we're gonna edit the program POS Awesome. That is the very good program from Mr.Yousef. That he write the open source program. So we're gonna use this to edit in our test case today. However, in order to do the tutorial, we need to have some requirements นะครับ At first, you need to have up and running ERPNext on Ubuntu 20.04. You know, I do the video tutorial on how to install Ubuntu 20.04 with the ERPNext already. So I'm gonna keep the link attached in this video, okay? And then you need to have GitHub account that is up and running, okay? And then next, if you will follow me in the ERPNext installation, you're gonna know that we need to have the sudo user account, right? Because we will not use the root account, but we're gonna have another user that have the sudo privileges นะครับ and then you need to access นะครับ your ERPNext server with the command prompt, you know. So in the window, I recommend you to use the putty SSH tool, and then in the Mac, you can just use terminal. And optional, you can have the POS Awesome that installed already, or if you did not have it, you still can follow this tutorial. Okay, let's I talk about the GPL license version 3 นะครับ we gonna have the full version link in the video, so you not need to worry นะครับ However, I cannot comprehend on of the GPL license because it's gonna take a long time, and then it's not objective of this video. Okay, so I gonna tell you briefly นะครับ First, you can use the source code for the software for free นะครับ in the GPL license, and then you need to include the license when you distribute it. You know, I mean, you cannot just grab it and then just use it and then didn't tell the people you did not you use the GPL license. You cannot do that. You need to tell the people นะครับ and then you can sell or provide the service and earn the income on the software. You know, you can just sell it, or maybe you can just say, oh, okay, I gonna have the service provide on the software, but you cannot claim patents or copyright because it's never be you, you know. I mean, it's open for everyone to access นะครับ and then you need to state the GPL license นะครับ in your product as well. Okay, so this one is the thing you need to know. And then later on นะครับ the software itself have no warranty, right? So for example, if you ask my software to do something like trading the security, and then if you lost the money, we will not have นะครับ the software author will not have responsibility for it นะครับ and when you modify the software, you need to publish the modification, you know, and then when you publish it, you need to tell the world, tell the public that which part of the software that modified by you นะครับ so if you see this last tool, the GitHub server is the one that provide it for you, so you didn't need to create tool for that. The GitHub gonna do on the job for you. This is the ERPNext software environment, I mean, ERPNext actually have so many software inside. We cannot state all of them because it is gonna be too much, So I draw the diagram that is the environment of the ERPNext that you supposed to know, So you see in the bottom they have the Ubuntu 20.04 that is the operating system, and then we have the MariaDB, and then the Git Python, and then other software, for example, the Redis that connect to the database, and then so many program. Okay, so in order to run ERP Next, you need to have the directory Frappe bench. It means everything is in the Frappe bench. I mean, the bench is the name of the command. And then the Frappe bench is like the directory. So in order to launch the program, okay, so when you install, you need to install the app, right? The ERPNext and POS Awesome. I mean, if you haven't do the POS Awesome, it's okay, right? But we do have the ERPNext for sure, right? And then we need to have the domain name for the website, okay? So we have the site and we have the app, and then in the installation, we map the application to the site, okay? So how can we edit the program actually, I mean, in order to edit the program, we need to go to the GitHub and then we fork, I mean, we fork from the existing program because we do open source, right? So in this case, we fork the POS Awesome from the Mr. Yousef, and then we uninstall own application, I mean, if you have it already, but we don't want to use it because we want to modify the program, right? But you cannot just get it from the repository and then modify. You need to have your own repository, so we need to uninstall it, and then after we uninstall, we rename the folder, I mean, you can delete it, but I prefer rename it. So step 1, 2, 3 this one is just to remove the one. However, if you haven't installed the POS Awesome, you can skip step number 2 and step number 3, and then you can just continue, In the step number 4, you get the application from your own repository, even you fork already, right? So you have your own source code already, And then after you get it, you can just follow the instruction in order to build your application. I mean, in this one, it means you build POS Awesome application, right? So you just have the program to run, However, we haven't edit anything, right? And then later on, after we want to edit something, you go to GitHub and then edit it. You can just edit right away in the website, but most of the time the people they don't do that. The people gonna have the tool, like the IDE, programming IDE, like the Visual Studio Code or Atom or another tool, like PyCharm, And then after they edit it, they commit it back to the GitHub. But you can just commit it in the website if you want to, that I gonna show in this tutorial. And then after that, you go back to the terminal of the ERPNext server, and then you go to the update folder and then run git pull. This step is very, very dangerous because if you are in the root and then you do git pull, they're gonna pull everything. That I don't want this to happen, right? So you need to use the cd command, go into the update folder, and then you just do git pull, and then after that you build and then restart, Okay, so let's see. Let's say you uninstall the POS Awesome. So it means the server gonna have just the ERPNext. They didn't have the POS Awesome anymore. And then you have your own POS Awesome. I mean, you just follow the instruction and then do it everything, but you change the location of the Git to be your location rather than the original location. So this one, you can just run normally, right? However, we gonna edit the program. Therefore, when you edit the program, you found out that the program that you edit in the GitHub is different. So it means the version that you are running in the server is not the updated version anymore. So what you want to update, so what you're gonna do นะครับ you update on the GitHub and then right now we have the source code on the GitHub already, so you go to terminal and then use the cd command and then go inside until they go to the directory that you edit it, and then you run the function git pull, right, and then they're gonna pull the data from the GitHub to the server, right? And then you build and restart, and then that's it. After you build and restart, you're gonna have your own version of POS Awesome that I'm gonna show you in the video later on. นะฮะ so the POS Awesome is the outstanding POS program นะครับ for the ERPNext. They have GPL v3 license and then created by Mr. Yousef Restom นะครับ and then this is the original location of the POS Awesome. Let's try doing the edit app beside the ERPNext นะครับ that is Frappe. Okay, so in the beginning, what we gonna have is we have the ERPNext install, and then when you go inside, what you're gonna see is we gonna have the ERPNext, and then they have the site application called POS Awesome นะครับ This one is the very good looking the POS terminal created by Mr. Yousef นะฮะ and then we have the location in here นะครับ in the GitHub นะครับ YRESTOM นะครับ POS Awesome. Okay, however, today what we gonna do is we gonna try edit the site program นะครับ so let's see how can we do นะฮะ so I go back to the another page, the normal page นะครับ something like this one. So you need to have the GitHub account นะฮะ so this one is the one for Mr. Yousef, and then this one is my GitHub account. If you didn't have it, you need to create it first, okay? So the first thing, if you want to edit, I mean you want to have your own version of POS Awesome or any other app, what you're supposed to do is you just click the fork นะครับ but I click it already, so when you click the fork they're gonna copy นะครับ copy it to your repository นะครับ in here, so I can show you the repository gonna look like this one. You see this one is the my account นะครับ Omijung and then POS Awesome. Here we are นะครับ and then this one we fork from the YRES Tom นะครับ TOM in here from Mr. Yousef. Okay, so once we have this program already, we gonna edit it นะครับ try edit it, and then let's see whether how can we install the edited version to our ERPNext. Now we have our own version already, so we're gonna go inside the server นะครับ In order to go inside the server, we need to have the sudo user that is not root นะครับ so this one is the server of ERPNext, so I use the terminal and then I just go inside, just use the SSH นะครับ and then go inside. First thing first, before we can continue, since at this moment we use the POS Awesome from Mr. Yousef, so we are not the owner of the program, so we cannot do anything, so we need to uninstall the own application. In order to do anything with the Frappe bench, you need to go inside the folder Frappe bench นะครับ in here, and then the app POS Awesome is inside, but at this moment what we can do is we can uninstall นะครับ so I said bench นะครับ and then sign up my own website. And then uninstall app นะครับ and then POS Awesome. Okay, so we need to remove the POS Awesome, that is the version, the original version, and then we're gonna replace it with our version. Okay, so we're gonna just remove. Okay, and then they said they're gonna delete the doc type and another thing, so we just said yes. Okay, so after we delete it นะฮะ we should go inside the app folder. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna see the POS Awesome. This one is still exist, because when they decided, they just thought that you don't want to use it anymore. We didn't think that we gonna replace it, so we have to rename นะครับ because if we did not rename, we cannot have another app that is the old name but different version นะครับ Okay, so we said this one 03 นะครับ I said on underscore. Okay, or you can just simply delete the directory นะครับ up to you, but I just delete. I just rename. Okay, and then I go out to the Frappe bench นะครับ Okay, so at this moment if you go นะครับ to the app here นะครับ trying to search นะครับ in here, what you're gonna see is the POS Awesome not found already นะครับ Okay, so you see I try to go inside and then it's gone นะครับ so next we gonna have our version นะครับ install it again, so I go to my GitHub repository instead. Okay, so this one is instead of uh, the original one นะครับ but I didn't do anything at this moment, so the instruction how to install is still the old name, like the original one, but I gonna change it. Actually, since I didn't do anything นะครับ so what we gonna see is the name นะครับ is almost the same thing but change it to my name, so we can just simply follow this instruction but just change the username นะครับ because we did not do any editing yet. Okay, so what I gonna do, I just do this one bench นะครับ get app https //github.com and then slash, this time is my name นะครับ I mean my account name, and then we do everything the same thing, POS awesome git. Okay, so this one is you have to replace my name with your name. Okay, so let's start cloning and then follow the step. Okay, they ask the password again. Okay, it should not be a problem. Okay, here we are นะครับ and then we follow the step. Okay, so this one is the GitHub that I do the fork. I didn't touch anything, just so we didn't need to worry นะครับ so they just follow the procedure to do the bench setup. Okay, and then we build. Okay, so we get the code from GitHub, we set up the requirements, and then we build. And then we restart the bench. And then we put the POS Awesome to the side. Yeah, so if you don't want to edit anything, if you just use the POS Awesome out of the box, I mean, you just do it, but this one, the objective of this tutorial video is just to let you see that how can you edit the program นะครับ Okay, so we put the program to the side, to my side. Okay, and then the last thing we do the migrate. Okay, So after we do the migration, they're gonna match the version of the Python. Okay, so you can come here. They said you should refreshนะครับ so you wait until the refresh นะครับ and then you're gonna see that the POS Awesome they come back already นะครับ so when you try to run okay I may put the opening amount 0 the cash นะครับ so you know when you open the cash terminal you need to have some money inside just that. Okay, here we are. Okay, so this one is POS Awesome program by Mr. Yousef. However, what I do is I just get the code from my GitHub repository. Okay, so let's do some editing for this one. Mm. Next, we're gonna update the app. Okay, so if you see this time you need to go to the GitHub that is your that is your account now นะครับ However, they're gonna have the way to use the Git from the component outside. I mean the text editor outside like the Visual Studio Code or Atom, but this that is not the objective of this tutorial นะครับ So we just edit it directly in the GitHub website นะฮะ Okay, so this one is the program, right? And then POS Awesome. So the editing that I'm gonna do is this one, the terminal, the location of the POS terminal, right? So this one, just urban. So what I gonna do is I want to put the wording something like location followed by the name of the POS terminal นะครับ Actually it's POS profile. So I go to my Git นะครับ and then I go to the location of the page นะฮะokay as I see here นะครับ they have the location นะครับ of the of the this page นะครับ in the post app นะครับ the location นะครับ in the post app and then they have the uh, component นะครับ and then the component have navbar. Okay, so this one is the view นะครับ VUE framework that we will not talk about the framework inside, but we just want to edit in the navigation bar. Okay, so here we are. So you see this one is the code นะครับ that is gonna reflect this screen. So what I gonna do is นะครับ you gonna see that they have the POS profile dot name. So what I gonna do here is I edit this file and then in the POS profile dot name นะครับ before that I just said location location นะครับ and then do like this one นะครับ so uh, I I want to commit right นะครับ I want to commit the change นะครับ so I commit to the master because I am the only one to do นะครับ so I said add prefix to POS location นะครับ and then adding นะครับ okay I said put and then adding location นะฮะmaybe just set add location in here and then I just commit directly นะครับ and then I commit the change okay so once you commit the change นะครับ in here นะฮะ they gonna have นะครับ this one you see location in here already นะฮะ so it means you edit the program นะฮะ and then by the MIT license if you edit you need to put it to the public นะครับ so this one I use public already because if you didn't do the public you cannot put it to the server นะครับ okay what we gonna do we need to go inside นะครับ the terminal but in order to do นะครับ this one you can use the git pull I mean pull the source code from the server from the GitHub server to our application server นะครับ however the best practice is you support to go inside and then go to the location นะฮะ POS Awesome need to do POS Awesome 2 times cd public cd.js cd post app. Okay, maybe that enough. Okay, so you see, you need to go a little bit inside because if you run the command, the git pull นะครับ outside they gonna update everything, and then sometime when you update so many things, maybe it's the one you don't want. For example, if you just run it uh, below the ERPNext, they're gonna update your ERPNext. That we don't want this thing to happen นะครับ so we go inside the directory, go a little bit deep นะครับ you didn't need to go as deep as I mean the location of the file, but just enough นะครับ so I said git and then pull. Okay, so when you set pull นะครับ so they gonna see that how many file change in your GitHub account. Now, for example, I have one file changed, right? So they gonna send the data back to นะครับ send the data back to your application server นะครับ so at this moment I go out to the Frappe bench นะครับ okay. And then the last thing you need to do is you follow the instruction of the POS Awesome, but you didn't need to do all of these things. You just said build and restart นะครับ so what I gonna do is I go to the uh, here build นะฮะ we build again. Okay, so we build build with the view file that you edit already นะครับ and then bench restart. Okay, after bench restart you go back นะครับ and then I just refresh this page, and here you are, location followed by the location of POS terminal. So this one is just the example for you to understand that this is the correct way that when you want to edit some program นะครับ in this case is POS Awesome that is beside the ERPNext นะฮะ what you need to do is you can do everything from Git นะครับ in your GitHub account, and then after you do it you go to the application server and then use some command and then you build again and then restart นะครับ and that's it, you can have your own version of the program นะครับ so this is the way for you to edit it. Okay, so thank you for seeing this video and see you again in next tutorial. Bye bye.